Welcome to DTF Watch This, the series where we tell you what movies we watched recently that we think you should go give a shot or take a watch too. Today we're going to do the Netflix comedy Me Time, starring Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg. We might need to just change the show to the Marky Mark show because I feel like we just have a lot of Mark Wahlberg either going on now or eventually coming up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
or Marky Mark, and then every other movie goes into the Funky Bunch category.
right? I think it's pretty crazy that he has that whole history of being like a successful musician and stuff.
Yeah.
And just transitioned into some pretty funny movies. I enjoyed this movie. It kind of hit the spots that I think it was gonna for a Netflix movie. I'm a little iffy on some Netflix movies, but I love me some Kevin Hart. He always gets me crying, laughing, and all that. But so, what did you think about the movie?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, it's not going to change your life, but when you're passing some time and you're sitting at home and you're flipping through Netflix, pop it on. Hit all the markers of what you would expect from a funny Mark Wahlberg, Kevin Hart movie.
I guess we should have probably explained a little bit of what the movie was even about. Besides that it has Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg in it. We're just like,
that's all you need to know.
Awesome. Right? Like two funny guys in a movie together. But essentially, Kevin plays Sonny, who's a stay-at-home father, and Mark Wahlberg plays Huck. So they were best friends growing up, and Huck just does these huge birthday celebrations every year. It does something super extreme. Like they did wingsuits right off the bat for his 29th birthday, I think is what it was. And
the big 29.
The big 29.
The big 29.
Isn't every birthday though?
Every one of them is the big something.
I mean, honestly, you made it another year, so why not celebrate it all? But I'm actually, honestly, I'm a little bit jealous. I kind of wish I would do some big stuff for my birthdays. It kind of made me think of that. It's like, why don't I do something fun and big? I really like doing that stuff. Like we mentioned, I went skydiving and stuff. I think it'd be cool to it doesn't necessarily need to be extreme, but to do something big, because I've never been too big on birthdays. But after watching this, I was like, man, maybe I'm missing out a little bit.
I did something big for my 40th. Rented out a big venue, costume party, of course. The theme was back to the 40s, and it was all like Back to the Future. I had a huge DeLorean backdrop for the photo booth, and it was pretty epic.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. We'll throw some pictures up. Nothing as big as what, Mark Wahlberg does or Huck does in the movies. Nothing that big, but...
Yeah, no, Huck goes all out on him. But essentially, so they kind of grew apart. In a way, Huck still tries to keep in contact, tries to call Sonny all the time, just letting him know that, hey, this is coming up, you should come join me. And Sonny is kind of in the mode of being PTA president, trying to make sure his kids are good to go. His wife is super successful in her career, so he just stays home and takes care of all the kid stuff.
Which I can relate to. I'm almost a stay-at-home dad. Kind of. I mean, I do photography, here and there on the weekends, but it's not a Monday through Friday job. So I'm basically, watching the kid while Stacy's working, and we always go into her office and hang out there. So she gets to come see him. But yeah, if I'm not working, I'm doing the dad duty.
Right.
I mean, which you'll be doing here pretty soon.
Yeah, I know Diana and I have our schedules all kind of modified so that way we'll both be able to be home for the baby here. But yeah, so I mean, I think I'm going to be able to relate a little bit because I don't know, Diana's just going to be working one more day than I am. Just how it's going to be working. But yeah, so I think I'm going to relate a little bit more after my baby's here. By the time this episode comes out, my baby will probably be here. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. You know what this movie reminded me of, just from the get-go? City Slickers. I mean, if you like City Slickers, this is basically, I wouldn't say it's a reboot, but it's kind of the same premise. One of the friends is just boom, 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 go, go, go. Let's step it up a notch every year. Let's go bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you got one friend who's like, man, I can't keep up. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like that.
Yeah, man, it's been so long since I've seen City Slickers. I might have to
You should watch it.
check it out.
Maybe we'll do a watch this episode on it.
I mean, it'd be fun. I mean, I remember enjoying it, and then there was City Slickers 2, which I remember and all that, but vaguely remember. But I watched them a lot when I was younger. But I don't know. The movie's really cool. It's fun. Like you said, it's not going to blow your mind or anything, but it's going to hit those comedy notes that you kind of expect from Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg. Well, now with Mark Wahlberg doing all these fun comedies and stuff like that. I think this one's a little bit different, though, because normally Mark Wahlberg, I feel like, is like the serious guy. Like, he's still funny, but he's like the serious one. I guess in Ted he was kind of goofy too, but most of the time he seems like the serious comedy. But he kind of goes full on goofy mode in this, and it's just fun. So they essentially, for his, I don't remember which birthday it is, but this last birthday that he's trying to get him to go to, they're basically going to do
44.
Was it? The big 44. But yeah, essentially they're doing like a Burning Man type thing for him, so he just goes extreme on everything, and
it does break down a nice comparison of the single life versus the parenting life of friends, because you're gonna probably see that how that breaks down here when you got the single friends still. They're like, dude, let's go do this, and you're like, oh, I can't.
But with that, like, I think it shows the importance of having your own personal time too. Yeah. Because he's so involved with everything, and he's getting kind of drained, and it gets like, just consumes his world. We're talking about Sonny here being a stay-at-home father. Yeah. He's just, I got to take care of this. I got to do that. And so, like, if you're not the stay-at-home parent, I think you need to also respect that stay-at-home parent, because they're doing a lot while you're at work. And I think that showcases that, but it also shows the importance of just, even if it's just a day, getting out and like spending that me time. It doesn't have to be anything crazy either. It's just having that quiet time for yourself and not worry about everything.
Yeah, you don't want to lose yourself in the whole parenting life, because as important as that is, you still need that, time alone to collect yourself and get back to who you are as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's healthy not only for your parenting life, but also for your relationship. Diana and I put a big emphasis on making sure we each have our time with our friends and stuff right now, and having those solo times. Like, I just tell her sometimes I just need, I guess, a little bit of me time some days. I'm like, this is kind of like on Sundays typically, I'm like, let me just like have my day so I can go like hang out with some buddies, go ride my UC or something, and then I come back and I'm revitalized and super happy, ready to go. I think it just recharges the batteries a little bit.
What was your funniest moment in the movie? Hopefully it's not the same one as me, because
I mean, it might be.
Probably not.
Let's see. My favorite part of it was when the mom's like gathering all the kids and they get them all packed up and they're taking them off. She's like, no, enjoy your time. This is just going to be you. And the first thing Sonny's going to do is he's going to go beat his meat. So he's got everything ready. He's got his laptop out. He's like butt naked on the bed. And then his daughter comes running into the room because they forgot something. And he's just like so embarrassed in the moment. And his wife's like, no, go ahead, finish. And she like takes off. He's like, it'd be so awkward, man. But I think that's one of Kevin Hart's actual stand-up routines as well. But it was just funny to see it.
Wait, he does that? His routine is to do it while standing up? No.
Yeah, why not? I mean, however it works for you.
My favorite scene was actually the barbecue meat sweats. He was just bowing down, and I love that they had him just like sweating. I'm like, oh yeah, we've been there.
Right? Yeah.
We've all been there at a barbecue, and like, I'm just eating way too much meat.
Right? And you're like, and then you're thinking, oh man, I shouldn't get more. And then you're like still getting a little bit more.
But it's so good. I gotta shove one more rib in my mouth.
I don't know. I think if you're been on the fence with watching it, it didn't get great reviews. Like it's got like 6% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I think
wait, 6% out of 100?
Yeah, on Rotten Tomatoes.
Definitely way better than that.
I thought so too. Well, Rotten Tomatoes and I just don't agree on a lot of movies, but it's like a fun movie. If you like Mark Wahlberg, you like Kevin Hart, I say just pop it on. You'll get some laughs out of it and give it a shot. I mean, that's just my opinion.
It's no Dumb and Dumber, but it's not a 6%.
No. Right. Yeah, that's what I said. Rotten Tomatoes, and that's pretty brutal on there. I think it's a good middle of the road. Like if you're just scrolling and you're tired of scrolling through, like you can't find a movie, I think you're going to get some laughs out of it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And plus there's some good messages in it that you can take too, which is like spending time for yourself so that way you can be there for the family and stuff a little bit more. And then also just letting your kids be who they are and really listening to your kids and not pushing your endeavors onto them. So check it out. Watch it if you like Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg. And then, I don't know, we got some other Mark Wahlberg episodes, so go check those out and, do all the stuff. Hit like, subscribe on all the socials and Patreon.
Come back and see some other stuff.
Yeah. So, but that's it for this episode. So comment below what your favorite moment in Me Time was.
Should it be called Meat Time?
Meat Time.
Because he's eating meat and beating meat.
Wow. Dang. It's true though.
But it's still it's still appropriate enough to have, your older kids around and watch. Yeah, right? They might find it embarrassing.
Also, if you're going to have a little me time and you think everyone's gone, lock the door. It'll save you some embarrassment. So, till next time.
See you guys.
See you guys on the next one.